Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome for those of you who are new here to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup with using products that are $10 or less. It's going to be a fun, budget-friendly beauty video tutorial. So if you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe to my channel. You can see all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and prime the face. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is one of my favorite primers, I think, of all time. It's especially like a budget-friendly primer. I think it's either $6 to $8. I think it's $8, but definitely an affordable primer, and it works so nicely. Really good for like smoothing in those pores. I feel like lately I've been having like my skin has just been kind of off lately. I've been using like new products, testing new skincare, so maybe it's something like that. But I feel like I haven't used this in a little bit just because I've been trying so many new products. So I definitely wanted to go back in with it. This is like my OG. So I'm just going to go ahead and prime the face with it. So I like to just put a little bit on my fingers and work it in the skin. So I like to focus it more so on like my T-zone area, just because I feel like that is where I have like the more enlarged pores. And this just does such a nice job at kind of smoothing everything out and like blending those pores in, filling in those pores so you don't see any of that like texture through the skin once you put foundation on. It feels really nice too. I love the way that this primer feels. It's definitely more lightweight, doesn't feel like heavy on the face at all. So yes, definitely one of my favorites. Now I'm going to go in with this new Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. So I did try this in one of my last videos, so definitely go check that out. But I really did like this. It was a really nice, like, pretty natural foundation. So this is in the shade Neutral Ivory. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. sponge. So I got these as well. I got them at Target. There were 2 sponges in the pack, and it was $8. So it's like $4 a sponge, which I think is a really affordable price. So, and I love them. They're really nice. Even without dampening it, which I did, even without dampening it though, it is really soft and like bouncy. So it actually would work pretty well, I think, even if you didn't dampen it. I always like to dampen my sponges just because I think that's when I get the most use out of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this foundation out. So at first when I got this foundation, I picked it up at Ulta. And I didn't order it online, which I have been doing more lately just because of like going in stores and stuff. But I did actually go into Ulta the other day, and it was like the first time I went into Ulta in literally forever. So I did see this foundation and I really wanted to try it, so I got it. But the one that I was at didn't have a lot of shades. So I was like, oh, I wonder if like just like this one doesn't have a lot of shades to it, but it actually does. When I looked at it online afterwards, it actually did show that there was like a good amount of variety with that, so that's nice. So I just like how this leaves like a nice natural look, and I think that it'll be perfect in like the spring and the summer, which we are going into summer soon, so that's going to be great. I just think it's like such a nice foundation for that because, you know, in the warmer months, you're outside more, you're sweating more, you're like doing more activity. So I think that it'll be nice to have like a more natural foundation rather than a full coverage, just because, you know, full coverage, you don't want it to look like too cakey on the face, especially when you're going to be sweating a lot and being outside more. And I always like to have a more like glowy, like radiant finish, natural finish in the summer anyways, because I do like, you know, I like to sit out in the sun and I get a little tan. So it's definitely not a full coverage foundation, but I find that going in with 2 pumps is perfect with this. And I don't put that much on, just like a little bit like that. And then I just kind of go on with another layer, and it actually lasts really nicely throughout the day. And this is very affordable as well. This is $7. So yeah, definitely very affordable for a foundation. All right, so now I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic creamy concealer. This is in the shade Light 50W. I think it might be a little too dark for me actually, so I purchased this online. So I think I got a shade a little bit too dark. I actually have never tried this before, so yeah, this is definitely too dark. I mean, let's see what we can do with it. I wouldn't think that like a light like this was actually going to be this dark. Like it looks more like a medium. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the pointy side of the sponge and I'm gonna blend this all out. Yeah, I think this concealer is gonna be a little too dark. I think it might change the shade of the actual foundation. Honestly, when I got it online, it didn't look that dark. I mean, I think this will actually be nice in the summer when I'm a little bit more tan. I mean, when you blend it out, it's actually not that bad. They do have a lot of variety of shades in this as well. It is definitely nice and like creamy under the eye. It's not drying. It feels more hydrating actually, so that's pretty good. I think it leaves a pretty good coverage. Like that's pretty nice. We could always lighten it up afterwards with some powder. I do really like this concealer. I wish that it was the right shade for me because it is a nice concealer, but I mean I can go ahead and like get the lighter one. I'll definitely keep this one though and use it in the summer when I have a little bit more of a tan going on, but yeah, definitely a little bit too dark. All right, so for powder, I'm going to use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I have been loving this. Mine unfortunately broke, so that's why it's like all broken up, but normally it's just like, you know, a compact. It's not a loose powder, so, but mine broke, but it still works the same. So I'm going to go with that under my eyes, and it is a really nice powder to kind of brighten up the under eyes, which I think I need because that concealer is a little bit too dark for me. And I do like to apply my powder with a sponge. I do have a brush that I like a lot. I use the Real Techniques setting powder brush, which I really like a lot, but you know, sometimes it's nice to just use the sponge. I am putting a little bit more on than usual just because I kind of want to try to brighten up the under eye as much as I can because of that concealer. All right, so I think it definitely brightened it up a little bit, so not bad. So for brows, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I do really like this. It's a really nice brow pencil. Spoolie on this side, and then this side is the actual product. So I'm going to go in and first kind of spoolie out the brows so we can get them ready for this product. And this is a really affordable eyebrow pencil. I mean, all of e.l.f.'s products are pretty affordable anyways, but I can't remember exactly how much this is, but I will definitely link all of the prices down below for you guys so you can see exactly how much everything is. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the actual product, and I like to start kind of like underneath so I can get the shape that I want. Alright, so yeah, brows are done. I really do love that product. So now I'm going to prime the lids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. So this is a really nice primer as well. Alright, so for eyes today, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Color Icon 5-pan eyeshadow palette. These little 5-pan eyeshadow palettes are really, really cute. They work really, really well, and I believe they were around $3 to $5, something around there, but you know, definitely, again, I will price point everything for you so you can see. But yes, these are, you know, really nice little eyeshadow palettes. They're really nice for like on the go if you're traveling. Wet n Wild does make really nice products for an affordable price, so definitely check them out. Alright, so I'm going to start by using this shade first. It's kind of like that deep like maroonish brown color, and I'm going to use that kind of on my crease as like a transition. I mean, it's very pigmented, so like right off the bat, like boom, you got that pigment on. And I just like to kind of go in circular motions and then back this way, and then I also do like windshield wiper motions, so you can get that like evenness throughout the eyes. This is a really pretty color. So yeah, they have so many different color stories with these palettes as well. So this is a more like warm, neutral palette, but they did have like colorful ones as well. So if you're into color, then you can definitely pick one up. But yeah, and they do have a bigger palette, a bigger pan palette, like the same thing. And I think those have, don't quote me, but I think those have like 10 shades or 8, something around there. So it's one size up from this one. But I just like these little guys because, again, like they're really easy to kind of travel with. And, you know, if you want to just get like a really quick look together, like these are perfect for that, just because there are 5 shades and, you know, you just get what you want and then you're good to go. And they do really blend easily. I mean, for a eyeshadow that's $5, it blends pretty nicely. I mean, I'm not sure if I like these or the e.l.f. ones more, because e.l.f. also has the same kind of idea. So they have also, I think they're a 4-pan palette, and it's like the bite-sized ones, so they are really, really nice. So now I'm going to go in with this kind of deep brown shade right there, and I'm going to place that more so on my outer corner, and I'm going to like work it up to my crease as well. So I'm just going to like stamp it towards my outer corner, just to really get that like smokiness in there. And then I'm going to kind of like bring it up to my crease just a little bit. I'm not putting much product up at the crease, but I'm kind of just blending in what I had on the corner, like right up into the crease. So it just blends really nicely together. Alright, I'm going to take a fluffier brush like this and kind of just diffuse everything out, make sure there's like no harsh lines. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this really pretty shimmer shade right there, and I'm going to place that on the lid. I like to go in with my finger first because I always find that shimmer shades are easier applied with your finger, just because you have that like pressure of your finger to really like stamp that shimmer on. So I'm going to focus this kind of like right in the center. And that's a really pretty shimmer too. Like these shimmers show up really, really nicely. It's almost like a copper, like penny shade, which I think looks really pretty all over the lid. All right, so now I'm going to use this lighter shimmer here, and I'm going to place that right next to the other shimmer that I used and just kind of like lighten up the inner corner a little bit. All right, I'm going to use a brush for this one and just kind of see how it applies. Yeah, I think it applies much better with my finger, so I'm going to try and like get it in as close as possible to my inner corner. Yeah, it definitely applies much nicer on the finger, and that's really pretty. Like those colors blended together looks really nice. I'm just going to take that fluffy brush again and just kind of blend everything together so it's like nice and blended. All right, so now I'm going to take this shade again here, the one that we used like the first shade as our transition, and I'm going to bring that on my lower lash line to smoke it out. And I'm also going to mix it in with the deeper brown shade and use that to kind of smoke out like the more so on the outer corner. Alright, so I think that looks really, really pretty. And now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin Zero Effort Liner. This is in the brown shade, and I've been really liking doing brown liner rather than black, especially with this look, since we have so many like warm tones in the eyes that I feel like a black would just make it a little bit too harsh looking. So I think that the brown is going to look really nice with it. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to put some on my waterline. Alright, so I'm going to actually apply these lashes. These are new. I've never tried them before. They're the Ardell Naked Lashes. They're the Demi Wispies, and they look really pretty. Like they have like a natural look, but they also look like they're going to be like really like subtle on the eyes, but also like really glam as well. So I want to try these. It says that they blend seamlessly with invisible band. So these are technically not under $10, but you get 4 pairs of lashes for $12. So I think that is pretty affordable and pretty budget friendly. So I'm going to pop these on and I will be right back. Alright everyone, I am back. Lashes are on. I really like them. I think they're really, really pretty. They have the invisible band, so you really can't see that like dark band, and it's also easier to actually put them on because you don't have that big like thick band that you have to like, kind of shape around your eye, and it's like stiff. So these are very easy to put on, very easy to work with. So I hope they last. I mean, I think they will. So yeah. I like them. Alright, so for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. I love this palette. It is $10, and it's just, they have such a beautiful variety of bronzers here. So, I mean, this is like a really nice palette just to have like year round because you have your lighter bronzers, but then you have your darker bronzers. If you get a little bit more like tan in the summer, you can use some of the darkers. So I love it, and the bronzers work really, really well. So I'm going to be using this today. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm just going to bronze up this face because Lord knows we need it. So it does leave like a really nice like sun-kissed look. I think I went in with a little too much at first because it is very pigmented. Bronze up the forehead a little. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Putty Blush. I have been loving this lately. It is very pigmented, and you definitely don't need a lot. I do like to go in with a brush. You could use your fingers as well, but I just like to kind of like spread it around on my brush and then apply it that way. But it is a more creamy texture, so you could easily use just your fingers. Okay, and for highlight, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Stole the Show Super Shock Cheek. And these highlights are so good. They're so pigmented. It's like a nice creamy texture. So I like to put a little bit on my finger and then just highlight where I want it to go. And then I like to get my highlight brush and just kind of blend it in afterwards, so you can get that like nice even glow. I think that just looks so stunning. I do put a little bit down my nose just to have like a little shine there. Alright, so for lips today, I'm going to go in with this Joa Air Light Lipstick. This is in the shade Jet Setter. I do really like this. I tried it not so long ago, and it is like, it definitely dries a little bit more matte. So it is a more matte lipstick, but it's definitely not drying, and I really like the shade too. Alright, and just for a little bit of gloss, I'm going to go in with the NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Angel Food Cake. I love these glosses. They are so pretty, and they feel so nice on the lips. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and set with the NYX Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh Spray. I have been really liking this lately. I just purchased this recently, so I have been getting some use out of it though. And it leaves like such a nice finish on the face, and it feels nice. Like the mist is not like in your face, like boom. I do like that. I like the like nice soft mist, and like for this big bottle it's $10, so I think that is like really, really worth it. So yeah everyone, that is it. This is the finished look for all makeup that is $10 and under. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.